All right, guys and gals, I am so excited that you are here because we have got a lot of stuff to get through this week. First, thank you all so much for clicking and watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Welcome back, returning subscribers. Welcome, new subscribers. For those that are new here, my name is Dawn, aka Irish Bob's sister, and I work at FX Caprara Harley-Davidson. That is the third Harley-Davidson dealership that I've worked at in nearly 15 years. I am also a motorcycle mentor and a life coach in training. So if you want to make 2022 your year to get out, get riding, start living your best life on 2 or 3 wheels, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as check out my website at irishbobsister.com. Back to this week, let me start with the news that Harley announced last week. As we continue to see the conflict in Ukraine evolve, the MoCo has announced a fundraising project entitled United for Ukraine to support the many people impacted by the growing humanitarian crisis. Launched Monday, April 4th, 2022, a donation link and a HD for Ukraine t-shirt is being made available only on h-d.com in select markets. This link is available in the US, France, Germany, Spain, the UK, Canada, and the Netherlands. The t-shirt offering is only available in the US. And in case you want to skip the t-shirt and just give money, there's a donation link there as well. For each t-shirt sold now through June 15th, $26, that's over half the cost of the shirt, is going to be donated to United Way Worldwide United for Ukraine. That will provide immediate assistance in the form of transportation, shelter, food and medicine, and critical child care supplies such as infant formula to support those in crisis. I still cannot believe that this is going on now. Oh well, whatever. But hey, Putin. In other Harley news, today is the day that the next chapter of the Sportster Legacy will be revealed. So again, head on over to h-d.com for all things Harley-Davidson. Now is my favorite time of year, mainly because as everyone is getting ready to ride, they're coming back into the shop. I get to see old friends and make some new ones as well, as everybody is looking forward to the upcoming riding season and getting new gear. April is also Check Your Helmet month, and I have a question for you. How many birthdays has your helmet had? You can check under the lining for the manufacturer's date. Usually your helmet's birth date is just a month and a year. And you probably already know that the average lifespan of a helmet is about 5 years. That's because, thanks to, in part, sweat from your head and heat, as well as other stuff going on outside of the helmet, over the course of time, the lining of the helmet, the lining that is there to absorb the impact should the worst happen, that lining begins to break down, which would make the helmet less effective. It won't protect you as well the older your helmet gets. Now, I know that you want to turn heads. You can do that while protecting yours. Do me a favor, check how old your helmet is and let me know in the comments below. I'd like to know just how old your brain bucket is. If you need a new one, then I highly suggest you actually go into the dealership and try them on, especially if you're not familiar with helmets, because different helmet manufacturers will fit you differently. So you might be a medium in a rye and a large in a Biltwell. The helmet should be tight enough to move the skin on your head, but not so tight to where it feels like your head's in a vise, or so loose that you feel like you're a bobblehead. And while we're checking on things, let's be sure to check out your motorcycle insurance policy. I know, last week I talked about the boring New York Sleep Act, and now I'm talking about very boring motorcycle insurance. What's my reasoning behind that? Don't I want to entertain you, those wonderful people who are hopefully still watching at this point.
Are you not entertained?
That's because I want to make sure that you are safe. So, in the Empire State, New York is a no-fault law, meaning that if we are in our cars and we have an accident together, then your insurance company is going to take care of you and my insurance company is going to take care of me. There is no fault involved. Except when I'm on my motorcycle and you're in your car, then somebody is going to be at fault, because no fault does not apply to motorcyclists in New York State. Now, in New York State, motorcyclists are required to carry insurance coverage, and that is $10,000 for property, $25,000 for bodily injury, and $50,000 for death of a person, $50,000 for bodily injury, and $100,000 for death for 2 or more people in an accident. Just a reminder of what the definition of liability is. Something disadvantageous. His lack of education is his biggest liability. Monies owed, debts or obligations, opposed to assets. Accounting. Liabilities as detailed on a balance sheet, especially in relation to assets and capital. Meaning that if you're at fault, you and your insurance company are going to pay. But what if the other driver is at fault? You know, the kid who looked right at you and then pulled out in front of you anyways? This is where it is going to get painful, especially if you don't have the right insurance coverage. That's right, even if you are legally insured to ride a motorcycle in New York State, you will sorely be lacking if that's the only insurance coverage that you have. Let's follow along with that accident scenario. The kid is sure sorry he hates you as you lay there writhing in pain. Your leg is broken in a couple of different spots. You're bleeding. The EMTs show up and they want to life flight you out to the nearest trauma center, which is over 80 miles away. Fast forward through that helicopter flight, ER room, emergency surgery, and a week in intensive care. Finally, you're home scheduling follow-up appointments with the docs as well as getting ready to go to physical therapy. What do you think the cost of all of that is going to be? You might be asking yourself, what do I care? The kid was at fault. Let his insurance company deal with it. Great plan if that kid is insured up the wazoo. But chances are that kid only has the bare minimum coverage that is required by New York State, and that is $25,000 coverage per person, $50,000 per accident, and $10,000 in property damage. That life flight that you took down to the trauma center has already eaten through the kid's insurance money and then some. Who's going to be paying now? You are. Although hopefully you've seen this video and you've went ahead and gotten the uninsured, underinsured coverage on your motorcycle policy. This is where your insurance is going to pick up after the kid's insurance has run out. Of course, I am not an insurance agent, nor am I licensed to sell insurance. So best talk with your insurance agent. Yes, actually talk with them in person or over the phone, as opposed to just clicking a couple of buttons on the computer. You're not licensed to sell insurance, are you? So make your insurance agent work for you. Better still, if you are shopping around for a new insurance policy, then talk to an insurance broker. They'll often represent several insurance companies all at the same time, which will give them the ability to get you the best price and the coverage you need, because they'll be working for you instead of like your insurance agent who is working for the insurance company. See where I'm going with that? Best yet, if you live and ride in New York State, talk to an attorney, because I'm not a lawyer either, who specializes in motorcycle insurance, like my friend Ben Raven. I met Ben a few years ago when he came and talked about this very subject at one of the H.O.G events that we were having. I'll put a link to his website down below. Ben did not ask me to do this video. He's just a good friend who rides and is passionate about keeping bikers safe, like me. Speaking of websites, I'll plug mine one more time, irishbobsister.com. For those bikers who want to get unstuck in their life, as well as those who are new to motorcycling and want to go from beginner to biker. Did you like this video? Please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Want to see more? Then click that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload new content, then click that bell. Until the next time, guys and gals, please be safe. Be sure to check the traffic laws and insurance requirements for your area. Be kind to one another, ride when you can, and have fun.